Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, Noir. Okay, I'm sorry if the video is tilted in any way. My mattress is old. Yes, I record this shit on my bed. My mattress is old, so yeah, I can lean on it, lay on it in any kind of way, shape, or form. It just conforms to whatever position I was laying in. So whenever I set my stand up to do recordings for these videos, it just leans or tilts in whatever direction my body has been laying in, I guess. Um, But that's neither here nor there. I will deal with that on my own time, I guess. But anyway, I just watched the final episode. Sorry, I just can't stand my glasses sometimes. I just watched the final episode to Tokyo Ghoul Re season 2, or basically in general, just Tokyo Ghoul Re, basically. Alright, so continuing where the last episode left off, Kaneki goes up against Furuta, who, and we see like Kaneki activate, I guess, his new Kagune basically, which I basically just call his super form really at this point, because it just seemed like he went through like a bit of an evolution after like Dragon was created and everything. So yeah, Kaneki is in his new super form. He went up against Furuta, who also apparently had a super form of his own or whatever, and it looked kind of normal. Huh, interesting. Anyway, of course the battle ends with Kaneki winning, and he and Furuta have a nice small chat before Furuta passes away. And in the beginning of the episode and seconds before Furuta died, we got a little bit of insight into his past. He was apparently, I believe, at the half ghoul, half human orphanage that Arima was at, but also Rize was at too. Arima showed like a slight interest in Furuta, watching him train in the ways of being a swordsman, and apparently Furuta knew Rize personally, as they seemed to be close friends. So that was a nice little tip off. Um, it turns out that the core of the whole dragon thing was, I guess, I would say a reincarnated Rize. It looked like she was also more evolved, and it looked like she looked like really different. So kind of like the markings that Kaneki has on his eyes, like that, but like it's all over her face and her neck and everything. So Kaneki destroys that, and basically all of those, I want to say, demon spawn things that was spreading a toxin that turned people into ghouls, those were no longer functional, but they were also used to um, create kind of an antidote for people who were formerly human but got turned into the ghouls because they inhaled the toxin from those things when they exploded. So that was at least a good thing. And I guess um, like basically it was like after this whole thing, it was a whole 6 year time jump basically. So things are going back to normal. Tokyo is being rebuilt. Humans and ghouls seem to be living perfectly fine together with little to no problems. We see a lot of major characters. Toka's friend is with her husband and they have a child together. It looks like Naki from the White Suits settled down with one of the girls he fought alongside, and looks like they maybe have a kid or two or a couple kids. Um, Hide looks like he probably had some surgery done, because seeing basically what Kaneki did to him, like basically all of this here was basically eaten off. And when we see Hide next, he just has a face mask, a sick mask on. So I'm guessing his lips just probably couldn't be restructured or whatever. But like everything else you see, so like you see his neck, you see, well basically yeah, you see his neck, because like most of his neck was gone, basically like here where his vocal cords were. But yeah, so he looks fine. He met up with Hinami and Ayato, and they also met up with Banjo, Sukiyama, and Nishiki. Basically, they just all got together to go visit Toka and Kaneki. And it turns out their first child together was a daughter. She has her mother's eyes but her father's hair, and she looks adorable. And it is kind of funny that they walked in on her being carried piggyback style on Yomo's back while Yomo has ribbons in his hair. I'm sorry, I had to pause it and laugh a good while. No uncle would willingly endure that unless they're spoiling their niece or nephew. I'm sorry. But anyway, Toka looks like she's matured really well, actually. And Kaneki, of course, Kaneki looks the same. And with the thumbnail you see, it looks like, yes, they have their daughter together who's 6 years old. But it also looks like Toka is expecting another child. And basically it just ends off with Kaneki saying, "What a beautiful day." And then it's zooming in on an empty cup of coffee on a table, and then a bell rings like a cat, like someone just walked into a cafe or just walked out of a cafe. But yeah, basically after all the hardship and everything, life has gained some sense of normality where I'm assuming humans and ghouls are now kind of living in peace together. The CCG is no longer there. Also, it turns out, excuse me, those demon spawn things, they were used to cure Shirazu's sister, who also had like basically with Yonebayashi, when she got hit with the toxin, it basically covered her eyes and like a growth started coming out of one of her eyes. That's the same thing Shirazu's sister had, only more advanced, like it was feeding off her or killing her kind of. But the toxin was, like I said, turned into a cure and was used to cure her. And as it turns out, when they dug around those things underground inside Dragon and everything, it turns out one of the bodies in there happened to be Shirazu. So they did give us a conclusion to him, because last we saw him, he died at the end of it's like somewhere in the middle, close to the end of like part one of this of Re, basically. And we just saw his body being taken away. We didn't know by who, we didn't know why, but I just thought we'd get him bought back or something, or his blood was used to probably make a new Quink or whatever, I don't know. But we got a conclusion to him. He's sadly gone for good. They gave him a proper burial, so he's at rest. You can see the rest of the Quink squad. So of course, like I said, Yonebayashi and Shirazu's sister have been cured of whatever ailed them and everything. I don't know if that also means that the Quink squad also also had the cure, and like they're no longer half ghouls anymore either. But maybe they are, because Mutsuki is still wearing her eye patch and everything, so maybe they are still half ghouls. As far as I know, the CCG may either be getting rebuilt or they're completely kaput and like no chance of coming back. Because why would they need to be? Why do they need to come back if humans and ghouls are now living in peace with each other? But yeah, like I said, it ended on a good note. Basically, it ended where the manga ended, a nice peaceful ending. And as far as I know, there's going to be no more Tokyo Ghoul from here on out. So my obsession has now come to an end, and it's time to move on and find something else to latch on to. Yay. But all in all, despite the setbacks with this, as I know I'm going to have to, as of course I know I'm going to have to read the manga to see basically what was basically cut out from this, what I didn't understand, how I can understand it more, and all that stuff. But basically, yeah, it came to a nice little ending, even though I guess people don't exactly like this 6-year jump peaceful ending thing, and they kind of expected something else to happen. But whatever, it's an ending, it's a satisfying ending, and I'm happy with it. So my final thoughts, like I said, this was a pretty good run. I mean, I've been kind of following this since, no, not even kind of, I've been following this since basically season 1 when this whole craziness started. And I've been antsy to see where things go. So after I watched season 1 over and over again, and then I watched Rude, and I saw how Rude ended, I was like, wait, no, that doesn't seem right. And then I finally read the manga and saw how it was really supposed to end. That reading the manga's ending felt a little more satisfactory for Tokyo Ghoul and Tokyo Ghoul Rude. So I can only imagine how satisfactory it'll feel when I read Tokyo Ghoul and see everything that that basically got cut out of out of the animation to basically speed it along and give it a proper ending. But yeah, that's pretty much gonna be it for this. Um, like I did say in one of my previous videos, there is what is it? There is a possibility I might watch anime for winter 2019. And of course, I want to tell everyone a happy belated Christmas and of course, happy New Year because it's coming up pretty soon. Um, so yeah, there's a chance I may review anime. There may be a chance I either review anime for 2019 in the winter or just watch it. Whatever happens, happens. But basically, like I said, it's my choice. So this just may be the end of the channel, and I'll just go back to watching anime on my own. But that's it for this video. Leave a comments down below. Like, share, subscribe for more content. I'll see you all next. And well, if I ever make a video again, I'm out.